and you see how it moves up.
Yeah. I mean, because I can always pull it out.
So what's your take on the coronavirus?
Yeah, slide it on. But yeah, so I don't even know what episode this is. This ain't even no episode. It's just me and Kenji chopping it up.
Chopping it up.
And we 6 feet apart, you know,
Right.
just so y'all know.
Right,
and we essential up in this thing. But I asked him, I was like, you know, what's your stance on, you know, the actual, how do you feel about this virus? You know, the believability. Because I know a lot of people have been struggling with if they believe it's actually real and if it's going on. But then also, you know, how you feel, like your own personal fear. Like, what are you thinking about this? Like,
I mean, the more and more of I watch on this stuff, man, I mean, it does make you feel cautious about certain things, you know. I don't know. So for me, just by seeing what's going on outside and how everybody is moving these days, I mean, it does make you feel like it's the Walking Dead, you know?
Right. That
Like,
eerie feeling. Yeah.
Again, I mean, like I said, it's 1:30 right now.
Right.
We're looking out the window. And there's nothing going on.
Nothing outside, like where the train normally has cars like lined up.
I feel like
for the next 3 blocks.
6:00 at night right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
and that's my hang up.
Yeah.
Like, it feels real slow. Everything out there. Just the other day, I got out of my car. This was yesterday, and the fog that was over the city too. It felt like something for me.
Yeah.
You know. Where I take at and where I'm thinking, especially as far as the actual disease, is it hasn't hit close to home yet. Now,
True.
I feel like with that mindset, it's like a double-edged sword because I'm not necessarily as scared to go do things because I still want to be out and about because I get cabin fever super bad. But the other thing too is it's like I'm more at risk at, you know, not only putting myself at risk, but putting other people at risk. And so it's like you walk in fear or you not walking in fear.
Right.
But, you know, we don't know how to do that because I need groceries. So do we not go to the store and get groceries? Do we wear a mask?
I'm moving like, for real, like I said, The Walking Dead, I Am Legend, Bird Box. It's like a whole mixture for me. That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Because it's like, for one, like the Bird Box, you can't see what's really going on.
Exactly. So you kind of walking with your head down,
right. Yeah. And then like with I Am Legend, it's like, oh, yo, I gotta be home before a certain time.
Exactly. Yes.
And then like with the Walking Dead part of it, all right. So I get out my car and I'm going into King Super, and you looking around, making sure, all right,
who's around you?
And you know, and not to sound like discriminatory or anything like that, but you even look at people a certain way when you get in the store.
Right. I was in the dollar store the other day, and this brother's like full head to toe, like bodysuit, got his mask on, got the sunglasses, and I'm sitting there like, bro, you look like more of a risk than you taking care of yourself because he's so.
I feel like, but then at the same time, I'm like, yo, do I not have enough gear on?
Right.
Like, am I leaving myself vulnerable? Like, am I just taking it all in?
So
I mean, it's like, again, it's a double-edged sword. Like, I don't want to be the dude that's too late, you know, what I mean, for the movement. And I'm out there like, you know, I Am Legend, and they taking my temperature like, whoop, yeah, man, you peasant, you ain't going the shit. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. So
straight up.
So so I look at it in a whole couple different angles. For one, I mean, you hear the conspiracy stuff about it, you know, like, again, you hear people say, oh, the election time, blah, blah, blah. So, like, it's crazy because if you look at it, like, if the Democrats really wanted, like, trying to bury Trump, now would be the time.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I feel like that's what they're trying to do. At the same time, I think people are focusing on a lot of political issue stuff, more so than the coronavirus itself.
But I think the stimulus package is Trump's like way to try to hold
he's
that.
Fighting. He's fighting. It's like bob and weave. Oh, y'all want to do that? I'm gonna bob and weave. But then at the same time, I'm gonna say something real stupid, and you like, dude. You know, because it's like it takes me back to like where what's his name? Al Gore was trying to tell people about global warming, like a long time ago. And then you have the politicians again. They say, "Oh, it's fake. It's blah blah blah." Like, come on, man. How is it fake? Like, we live this reality every day. So it makes me feel like these people are in a bubble or something. Like, or just, you know, I'm too high up and I'm looking down or I'm looking over you. Like, I'm not looking at the reality of life. Yo, Dude.
Hey, but did you see that video where Trump was standing next to that one lady and she was like, "Yeah, this weekend," he was like, "Oh, I'm out." So that was the one moment where I was like, Trump low key achieving that. Like that was, I was like,
he was more so like. See, he knows what's going on.
Exactly.
Like, stop trying to play this role where we're gonna be in churches by blah blah blah. Like, dude,
he was saying that we gonna be in churches by Easter.
That's not happening.
Nah,
it's not happening. And then you see like they're talking about we're spiking right now, but we gonna be in church by Easter. Like, come on, that's just nothing about like that's being irresponsible. True. At the end of the day.
True.
Like, so I don't know. So like I said, you got the conspiracy thing here, but then you got the part where, you know, we're in an era now where we grew up where, where you didn't have like the internet, you ain't have all that stuff where, you know, you didn't see what's happening.
You didn't get as much information as fast.
Right.
It feels like now you're flooded with information and so you don't know how to decipher.
Right. So
which is right.
Makes you you like, should I be sad?
Yeah.
Should I be happy? Should I figure
out?
And
it's so emotionally draining.
Yeah. So that's why I like, to be honest with you, I get to the point where I may watch like CNN for maybe like an hour in the, not necessarily the morning, but I guess when, you know, he does the briefing or whatever. I watch probably about an hour of that. Then I may come back later on at night just to see if there's anything else going on. Because, you know, it gets to the point where they talk about the same stuff
over and over. Yeah.
And that's the form of PTSD, man. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So
that's real.
I try to get back to my life. You know, I throw on some music, some good, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, so right now I'm trying to take it all in. You know, it's a balance of a lot. You know, but again, you don't know what to listen to. You don't know what's good, what's fake news, but just be safe.
Also, too, we were talking about our kids, and for me, I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting the lighter end of the stick because I got two daughters, so they can kind of bounce off of each other, and they're both under 10. True. So they don't really get the full blow of like, there's a pandemic happening, and they're not really understanding. They're just like, oh, we get to be home, and every time I grab a bag of chips, they all up on my chips, they right up under me.
They're like, daddy's around a little more right now.
Yeah. But I know there's people out there with teenagers, and maybe they older kids in relationships and all of that, and there's probably a lot of social piece that's being withheld from our children. And here's my biggest thing is I've already felt like our kids and a lot of our family members is being pulled from each other anyway, socially, just through social media, just through the way our world is set up with internet, a lot of other things. But now it's like, no, y'all gotta stay home. And they can't even get like, you can't even really go to the park. Like when they was hanging out at the park and do their thing, they were like, nah, y'all can't even do that anymore either.
But see, I look at it like this. Again, like you said, it's a good time.
Yeah.
We grew up in a different era where it was, you know, you had to invent like games and all that stuff.
Right.
So,
but how do we invent games right now? That's my thing is I'm like,
there's games already out there. You got to take them back to the freeze tags when we played. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I even look at it like this. Like when we was younger, me and my sister, we would play like, you know, it was a hide and go seek. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Soon as the sun goes down and your house is pitch dark, that's when you get the kids and you play hide and seek with the kids.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You get back to that.
But then, like, let's say you and your boys want to meet all up at the park.
Got you.
You can't meet up at the park.
That's true too.
I mean, I remember back in the day, my 13-year-old me, I just hop on the bike. I get into an argument with mom and dad. Hop on the bike. Dad say, "You can't go nowhere," and I'm like, "I'm gone." Right. You couldn't catch me if you gonna put me down. Like, but they can't even do that.
Nah.
We're on lockdown.
This is something new.
Yeah, this is difficult.
I'd rather be on lockdown than be 6 feet under, my brother. So,
True.
I mean, if you look at the bigger picture,
True.
I feel like, again, I got a lot of things that I can do in the house that I may have procrastinated on that I can take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of editing.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, to be honest with you, I have a lot of like photography photos that I've taken before that I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go back digging through the crates. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. So
that we can finish a lot of projects. Because I'm gonna probably start
out, get rid of things. Really
clean things out.
You know, it's a cleansing time.
Yes, sir.
Purify yourself.
That's
you know,
truth,
get
man.
that purification on, and you know, That's really the way to look at it, man. Me lately, it's crazy. It's crazy to say, and shout out to DJ D Nice from the boy D Nice. Yo, he's been having some mean music on IG. I've been going on there, and I've just been listening to like some good sets like that people have been putting on music wise. I'm in the house jamming. Yeah, that's the time to get your jam on, your cook on. You know what I mean? Something, pull out a book. You know what I mean?
Straight up. And that's the other thing is like you got to be more creative with staying inside because I know. I'm downloading more video games to my Xbox and trying to figure out more at-home workouts that I can do. So me and the fam has been doing at-home workouts with each other, which that's something that if you got kids and younger kids, like that burns their energy super fast. So you take 20, 30 minutes and do like a quick workout and then you done tore up 2-3 hours of your kids' energy. And then you feed them, that's a nap. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of things that we can do, but the creativity buzz gotta hit you fast. So
especially with kids, man, they lose their what's the word? They lose interest in things.
Right.
So it's like you gotta switch it up. You know what I mean? Like matter of fact, for my son, since he's been little, like the TV don't come on until like later in the day for him.
Real talk.
Yeah, he don't even, you know what I'm saying? He don't get no TV, no tablet. It's educational time, like throughout the morning, afternoon. You know what I mean? So.
But even with my daughter, she's in 2nd grade, and they're sending all of her homework and stuff. They're sending it as YouTube videos, or I believe there's an app that we're going to be downloading here in the next week that's going to help us get through and teaching them. And so that is pushing us more into technology educating. But I am still trying to force them not only just to be thinking like I got to learn from technology, but we do times where we read a book or we sit down and do a worksheet or we sit down and do other things, because I don't want our kids to only think if I'm going to learn, I need to pick up a tablet. Or if I'm gonna learn, I need to pick up a phone. Because we'll train ourselves like that.
Let's say the internet go out.
Let's say internet go out. What you gonna do?
Because they have been. I was listening to something on TV or whatever, and they were talking about you got to think at the same time the capacity of the internet right now is at all-time high. They were saying like all these different streaming apps like Netflix and your Disney's and everything, they're actually tweaking and turning down what they're putting out.
True.
And they said, you won't really see a significant difference in the actual grade of the quality, but it's at least to help them to be able to push out
filtering it.
Yeah. Because can you imagine
more better quality?
Then what you gonna do?
Right.
What would we gonna do?
Right.
I'm not ready for that.
Bro, shift gears. People, because I feel I'm a social person. Like I'm a social butterfly with tendencies to want to hermit myself. Like I'm not sitting there like where I always have to be around people, but I do know that I get a good certain amount of energy from being around people. And now you got churches closing, are only doing like 10 or so people to do a live stream service. And then you got bars and a lot of clubs and a lot of places where people go to kind of get their rejuvenation back into society. Now they're just having to sit at home. I know loneliness is setting in. I know sadness is setting in.
Like all of a sudden you got to become an introvert.
Right. You have to. You don't got no choice. You just an introvert. That's it.
But see, you know what the craziest thing is? That's why you see all the spikes on these IG lives and these Facebook lives. Because, people got all this stuff built in. You know what I mean? That they gotta push it out sometimes. Like I was saying, you see like these DJs putting out good musical sets. Right. Normally, man, you gotta pay a couple dollars for that.
True. You gotta get in there and get that.
Like again, so for me, I've just been trying to find different people got stuff going on. It's not even necessarily like DJs on IG. I was watching some producers where they was giving out the goods. Like they're giving out, good information.
Yeah. So it's like the key to the secret.
Yeah, how to get in. How to get put on. Right now people are giving all that up. I feel like honestly, man, this is gonna be the year of the creative. Some creative individuals.
True.
Just because of everything that's going on. You figure everybody had a 9 to 5. Creatives, everybody for the most part, right? And like for all these people getting laid off and everything, it's making you look at your situation different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I going to do so that I'm not? Let's say you're in a situation where you can't really It's financially hard on a lot of folks.
Yep.
This is gonna make so many people who thought their game was right financially, just everything was in the right situation. It's gonna be such an eye opener. Like this is gonna make them figure out, all right, I'm just gonna have to work for me.
True.
Like, I'm already in that situation. I gotta make
this happen.
Yo.
Or you gotta go get a job at Amazon. Right. Like it's one thing or the other.
And you know what is crazy about that? You say that? All right, so I got a homie who was gonna, go up there for Amazon and was doing a whole 9, did the whole job thing, and he had like it's not necessarily a job interview, but they're hiring like on the spot.
Oh,
so
yeah,
he had to just go up there, do the whole drug test and all that, and get his badge and all that stuff. Then my homie hit me up and he's like, yo, I was talking to my nephew. He works for Amazon, and his nephew was like, yes, they're hiring crazy up here right now. And my homie was telling him, he's like, I want to do it, but I just don't want to be around a lot of people.
Right.
Nephew laughed at him and was like, yo, you're going to be around about 1,000 people.
Whoa.
So my homie was like, nah, I'm not even doing it. Just thinking like, and which makes sense to me. It's like, you really going to put yourself in the front line. He was like, I'm going to be around 1,000 people. Different people every day.
So think about all the other people that's like that.
Yeah, so
you got your grocery store workers that's doing it every day.
Right.
You got your hospital workers that's doing it every day. You got your fast food restaurant people that's doing it every day. I mean, salute to y'all that's really out there grinding. Like, I mean, y'all are making it happen out there. Yeah. But man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
so just for me personally, I couldn't do it, because it's one of the things that I got a son. I gotta go home to him every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then go back and be around another 1,000 people. Then go back home and be around another 1,000 people the next day. Like your rate goes up with catching stuff, man.
True.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm built for that right now.
Yeah, that's
real. What I mean?
I
gotta think of a bigger picture. Than think about the dollars and cents of it all. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and get the dollars and cents, but how many weeks am I gonna last to be able to get that dollar and cent?
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
So I don't know. It's just the days and the times where you gotta think a bigger picture. And think ahead of time.
And that's the other thing too. You really gotta think ahead. Yeah. Like right now is a time where we all gotta think so much further ahead than what we averagely do because, whereas we could just go to the library and sit and think amongst quietness or do whatever, you got to sit at home and stop and say, okay, I got a family to take care of, or I got to take care of myself. I got car payments still coming up. I got things that I got to do. There's a people who had plans that got canceled, marriages. There was people that's supposed to be getting married like here in the next couple weeks.
I got a homie that's getting married in May and had to cancel. He's like, we're going to do it in the fall. Like,
if the fall comes.
If the fall comes, dig it.
Right? You know what I mean? Like we actually, they didn't put us out right here. I guess the president was talking about Easter. We might be back open. I don't know.
Like longer than that.
The way some of the schools, because I got some connections, some insights, and some people that work at some of the charter schools that are funded by the government, and they're saying, look, we're not trying to get anything going until the end of July. Like we're not trying to really start processing our minds or trying to start planning until after July. And so that kills pretty much the whole summer. Then August, I don't even know what type of reset the country will be back in because we got to think about let's say tomorrow they say we all can go back to work or we all can go back to doing what we regularly do or everything is okay, we have a cure. What does the reset look like? I mean, that's my biggest thing is after we've reset our whole lives, are we going back to our regular jobs? Are we going back to, what are we going back? I don't even know what we're going back to. You know what I mean? Are we still susceptible to getting the virus, but now we got to think about getting an injection or getting some type of, I heard there might be a microchip to where you might be getting the cure from it. I don't even know.
Imagine you out here walking around with masks on for the rest of your
Bro,